Hello and welcome back to the AAI School. Today we will look at how you can very easily create teaching materials for your students. That is, how you go from an idea to actually having created an assignment you can share with your students on your intranet. And your students complete the task and come up with a result. So we need to go all the way through. And it's, well, like everything else here, it's actually super easy. But you just need to know where on earth to go and take a look here for a moment. I would like to create an assignment where my students make a poster to hang on the wall. It's like the product of it. And the idea is that the students should learn to use the Word app to insert images and text, create frames, and make things look good and stand out so they can use it in other subjects. This here is Danish, but just take a look here, you'll see. The very first thing we do is go into SkoleBot. We've done that 1,000 times before, so take a look here. I have gone into the one called Teacher Help, creating teaching suggestions, and that's the cool thing about this. You have these little agents you can start with if you need to do something special. They are out here. If I press start here, you can see here. We have the chatbot here and the ones I have used most recently. They are, of course, at the top. And the one I'm using today is this one called Teacher Help Creates Teaching Suggestions. And it's down here. I need to write down here at the bottom where it says, speak to me. Yes, I'm not speaking. I'm just writing today. I describe my task, who I am, what we are going to do, and it's quite important to do this thoroughly before you just hit the enter button. So you just need to make a Word document with something we can hang up and a poster and such. Describe it a bit more thoroughly, just like you would. Because if you were to tell me as a substitute in your class, what do you expect me to do? That's what you need to do here. So look here, I have to teach 5th grade how to make posters in Word. Exactly, the topic is free and the focus is on learning to use Word to make posters. It's not about learning to spell or use commas or anything like that. Here it's more about the design aspect, the technical side. How does it look good? Set up text boxes, insert images, image handling, rotate the images, add colors to backgrounds and frames, etc. We also need to save this in OneDrive. We need to use the Word app. It could also have been online, but here online doesn't really work for it. So it's the Word app we need to use. We need to use it for the entire product. The student's result will be printed in A3 and hung up in the classroom. All right, this is quite clear what I expect my students to be able to do. So that's what we will base the material on. I press forward and it asks something more here. Before we proceed, I would like to know, have your students already worked with Word? First time with Word. Thank you for the information, and use Word to create beautiful posters, arrange and handle images. Yes, please, let's take a look here. Good, then something happens. Just look here. After the lesson, the students should be able to use Word to arrange text boxes and insert. That is exactly what I have asked for, what I want my students to be able to do. Down here, there are suggestions for a differentiated lesson plan. Introduction, it's me explaining that there is some instruction how we do it, and just look here. It's also one of the cool things when we use AI because it knows what we're talking about. Change the page layout to A3 because I want the final product to be A3. So it says what we need to do to reach the goal. Just a few quick basic steps. Then there's a guide for a group task. We'll do one on the board. And then there's independent work. I can see here, 25 to 30 minutes. Yes, it certainly works, especially when it's something with IT and on a computer. So I would probably just put a 1 in front. Or say we have at least gotten off to a good start and then we'll continue next time in the next lesson. But that's my own planning of this. How the class is and such. And then there's some recap. There's something different down here. And then there's a choice of methods. This is straightforward. So here you actually have what you need to teach how to make posters. What you can do down here is, let's just take a look here. If I write here, create a task description for the students that I can insert into the school portal in bullet points. Because this is kind of like one for me. Now we need to make it for the students. Good. So what should the students be able to do? Task, make a nice poster in Word. Here's how you do it. Choose a topic. It could be animals, a hobby, yes, exactly, or fish. Open Word, create a new document. So this is what the students get. This is what they start with. Change page layout. Insert an image that fits the topic. You need to save it in OneDrive. Can you see here? It again relates to what we started writing. We are working in OneDrive. We would like to save there, so this one, ask the teacher along the way. Yes, of course. This task here, I could take it directly and copy paste it into my school portal here. So I tried to put it in here under Danish, make a nice poster in Word, open the app, start by changing the layout to A3 and so on and so forth. So in less than 10 minutes, I went from my thought of what on earth should I actually get the students to do, and I have an idea about it, to creating the assignment, making the description, and getting the students to do it. It's quite effective. I'm thinking of making a part 2 for this task, because we also have something called a GPT in here, where you can create your own teacher GPT. And there we actually have something called a poster helper, which I have just created for everyone to use. And it goes like this. When you have created the assignment for your students but don't want to run around helping 22 or 28 new students figure out where to click file and save as and how to handle Word or 1,000 other questions that might come up, because there are really many questions in this. So we have made a GPT exactly like the one you are using here. But where the students are active participants, where they use AI to get help with solving their task and having it assessed. But more on that later. So far you have done exactly what you needed to, and this is a board. Go ahead with all the tasks you want to do with your students. This is a super easy and cool way to do it. I think we'll just add a little bonus thing here, because when all your students have made their beautiful posters and we've given a toast and applauded, then it's actually quite fun sometimes to run a quiz on the things we're working on. And you can definitely spend a few hours doing one like that. There is also another method, because we already have things going on here in the SkoleBot. Take a look here. I have written down here. What we had before was just this whole discussion about how the assignment should be. So at the bottom here, I have written that I will make a quiz for my students so we can follow up on the functions they have used in Word. For example, save in OneDrive, insert image, change background color, create frames. You need to come up with 6 points that are relevant for the students for the evaluation. Good. Here it comes. There are 6 points. I'll just take them here. If copies, just try to look here for a moment, because over in the school tool, we also have a tool called a quiz generator. This is it. When you start it up, you can make a quiz. Now I already have it on the clipboard, so I just insert my things for the quiz here. There. Then we just wait until the quiz is ready. 5th classes, and it should be easy. Yes, that's it. What else is coming? Good, generating quiz questions and putting the quiz together. So it just needs a moment to work on it. Now the quiz is finished, and let's take a look at what it has come up with. Well, you can always go in and adjust this quiz if you think the task is just a bit too simple. We did say it should be easy. It is that too. Have you inserted a picture into the Word poster, or did you insert a picture into your poster in Word? Yes, I did. Next. Did you write your headline in a larger font size than the rest of the text? Yes, I did. And then it comes down here. Besides just answering yes and no, I also get the opportunity to see down here what the headlines do well for my text. So there's always this element of learning in what we're doing here, but now I think this is super fine. So I think I would like to publish it and get it over to my school portal. Share the link. This is the link we need, and I am jumping over to the school portal. And now it is only tomorrow that we will do this in Danish. Your school portal probably looks different from mine, but they can do the same. I insert the link to this quiz, and then when the students come and it's Tuesday and they've made their nice documents, they click on the link here, and then they're ready to take a quiz. That's pretty smart, right? Thanks for today.